here. It's our first masterclass of 2020, and I'm sure we'll have a couple of more. So my name is Jade Rosengrave. I am a Senior Digital Marketing Specialist here at NetAffinity, and today I have Sharka, my teammate. She's going to help us and teach you our masterclass today.
Hi everybody, I'm Sharka Valkova, Digital Marketing Specialist as well. And both myself and Jade, we are managing large portfolios of clients here at NetAffinity, and we are super delighted to have a masterclass today.
So what you'll learn today is what is a marketing funnel, the 4 stages of the funnel. Stage 1 is awareness, stage 2 is interest, stage 3 is desire, and stage 4 is action. How to target your audience and audience research, how to connect and convert, and how to find your potential pain points for customers, and how to keep the customers coming back. And most importantly, if you complete the masterclass today, stay with us till the end, you get certified.
Great motivation.
So what is the marketing funnel? It's a visualization of understanding the process of turning leads into customers. Marketers can cast a broad net to capture as many leads as possible, slowly nurture a prospective customer through the purchasing decision, narrowing down these candidates in each stage of the funnel. So today we're going to discuss through different stages of the funnel, the type of campaigns that we need to support the funnel, and extra tips per funnel. So why is the funnel important? Whenever you're a potential customer in the buying process, you need to create the right marketing for each stage of your customer's journey. Your customer are not all at the same stage of the funnel. In the buying process, some are just trying to get to know you, some are just interested in your brand and want to learn more about you, and others might be ready to purchase right now.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest mistake what you can do is to send sales message without knowing your audience needs first. You really don't want to send wrong message at the wrong time. So I would share a few stats today with you before we start to discuss our marketing funnel. So first of all, you need to put yourself into shoes of your customers and understand how people are making their purchasing decisions. So there is a close correlation between offline shopping and online shopping. So 53% of users state that their most recent purchase was triggered online, even if the purchase was made offline. 90% of users switch between devices and platforms to complete tasks or make a purchase. And 55% of users start their research on Google search and continue the research on YouTube prior to making a purchase. So you really want to understand where is your audience engaged so you can reach them.
Exactly. So in a plain, simple English without the stats, I'm sure you're in a position where you do your research during lunchtime where you would like to go away on holidays in 2021 or 2022, and you might make a booking through your mobile phone. So people don't tend to stay on one device. They tend to change around, or different platforms. Per se, if I want to go to a restaurant, I'm doing my research on Google Ads, I'm seeing TripAdvisor reviews, but I might like to go into YouTube to see if there's an experience video of the restaurant.
Yes, thank you, Jade. So the final stats that I would like to share with you today is that only 18% of all purchases are based on a brand preference. So people are really willing to switch into different brand and I have few numbers that they are proving this statement. So 36% of users will make a purchase with a brand that is not their first choice if they have been exposed to second brand in the research phase. 77% of users will change from their first choice brand if a second brand was amplified during the research process. And 53% of users will change to completely unknown brand if this brand was amplified during the research process. So you really want to understand your brand and you want to establish your brand among other competitors.
So let's start with stage 1 of the funnel, which is the awareness stage. It's to create a brand awareness. It's the utmost stage of the funnel. customers are drawn through marketing campaigns, consumer research, and discovery. Typical activities include events, advertising, trade shows, content, blog posts, infographic, webinars, direct mail, viral campaigns, social media, media mention, and lead generation campaigns. So what are the customer mindset of this funnel? So I am Bob. I need to go on a break. I want to go away for a weekend. The decision to be made by the customer is the location and when I would like to go away. The recommended campaign types that we would tell our clients here at Affinity to support the stage of the funnel is Google, Google display prospecting, YouTube bumper ads, YouTube in-stream ads, Facebook prospecting, and key performance indicators such as ad impressions, video views, and lead generated. So just want to talk a little bit about prospecting and remarketing just to clarify that. So prospecting campaign is when you're casting your net broad while trying to capture potential new customers. And remarketing is when you're targeting people who have stayed in your hotel or who have visited your website. And here is an example screenshot. I am Bob. I want to go away to Westport with my family. Now I'm typing into Google, okay, what can I do in Westport? And if it's appealing enough, Bob may eventually move into the second stage of the funnel. But I think Shark will walk you through some examples and tips that we want to support this funnel with.
Yeah, thank you, Jade. Yes, to support this stage, I would like to share with you a few recommendations on how to do your audience research and how to target your audience. So in order to reach potential guests, you need to know, as I mentioned before, where is your audience most engaged. So you would effectively target them on their path to purchase. So you might hear us talk a lot about creating your own hotel persona. And yes, we are going to repeat ourselves again today. Yes, it's really important to create your unique hotel persona, aka ideal customer, because you need to identify your unique segments, because not everybody is your ideal customer on the market. And in the process of creating persona, you can use many useful tools. For example, you can run an annual audience survey. You can also ask for feedback from your audience. What is really helpful, also you can reach out to your social followers and you can ask for feedback as well. But mostly social media platforms are providing you so many useful data that you can get insights from. So one thing that I would like to really recommend you make sure that you would find time to go through Facebook, Instagram insights, and you would find out more about demographics, about the most popular posts, and about what your followers like. Because looking into social media can help you to improve your marketing because you understand your customers better. So today I would like to also show you how we are doing audience research on our side as well. So basically when we are running brand awareness campaigns, we would include your inputs from you about your tailored persona, what you would like to focus on. But we are also doing audience research on our side. So um, we are also looking into Google Ads analytics, Facebook Ads insights. So I have a few practical examples as well to share with you. So we are going to talk a lot about creating a tailored content at each stage of your marketing funnel. So at awareness stage, very useful content is to create a blog post. Blogs can drive a traffic to your website at early awareness stage. So you can be very creative and you can write the content about useful information for people at awareness stage. And for example, things to do in your location is great example to write blog about. In terms of campaigns, um, we recommend always to run the prospecting campaigns in this awareness stage. So those prospecting campaigns are meant to increase brand awareness and they are meant to reach a new audience. So really at this stage, be mindful about ad copy that you are using. Don't use a sales message at this stage. Also be mindful about the images that you are using. And of course, make sure that you are targeting audience that you really would like to, and you put in place some research or research process in place about your audience.
Exactly. So just a quick recap of stage one before we move on to the stage two of the funnel. So at this stage, you just need to be aware of your brand and what you want to achieve with your brand and target the right audience. So this stage of the funnel, you really need to do your research, understand yourself and understand who you want to attract. Moving on to stage two of the funnel is the interest stage. Once leads are generated, they move on to the interest stage. When they are learn more about your hotel and you're offering your services, here's an opportunity for your hotel to develop a relationship with people in its lead database and introduce its positioning. Marketeers like ourselves can nurture leads through emails, content that is more targeted around the industry, and brands, classes, and newsletters, and more. So what is the customer mindset at this stage? So I am Bob again. Move from stage one. I've established that I want to go to Westport in a family stay hotel. Sorry, I want to go to Westport with my family and I want to stay in a family hotel. So which hotel are available in my desired location? Decision to be made by the customer is the location, and at this stage they have options to pick which hotel they would like to stay. Recommended campaign types by us would be, this is continuing on from stage one of the funnel, is Google display prospecting, YouTube bumper ads, YouTube in-stream ads, Facebook prospecting, and additional campaigns to support the stage of the funnel is Google hotel ads, location search, and remarketing. Key performance indicators are video views, lead generated, and website visits. So now I've decided that I am going to Westport with my family. I'm typing this into Google. It will generate different types of hotel options popping up on Google search. I really want to emphasize on Google Hotel Ads campaign. If you are a Net Affinity customer and you haven't have Google Hotel Ads to support your marketing, I would really recommend you investing in this because, you know, it encourages people to book directly through your website. They can even book through hotel ads, but it, you know, basically it's staying away from the OTAs.
So I have also a few examples to share with you. So we created a tailored persona for a prospecting campaign for one of our clients in a Galway. So we were targeting people who are looking for hotels in Galway, but also people who made searches related to Galway attractions, sightseeing tips, places to see near Galway, attractions in Galway, and much more. Because people who made those searches, they expressed an interest in going to Galway. So we created a prospecting campaign, and we targeted people that they were making those searches with our YouTube bumper ad. And this kind of approach helped our client a lot in terms of increasing a new traffic to their website,
Mm-hmm.
but also in terms of revenue as well.
Yep. And I think we're moving on to the third stage of the funnel. But before
Yes,
that, you have extra tip on how to write
exactly.
your content. So this
Yes,
is
I
actually
would
the
like to
fun part
share
of the funnel.
fun part. Exactly. So I have some recommendations on how to connect and convert. If you want to make people to convert on your website, you need to create an experience that they will not forget. So you really don't want to meet people's expectations, but you really want to exceed them because competitor is only click away. So as we talk a lot about this, but yet create a multiply pieces of content to engage with your potential customers at each stage of the funnel. Because as potential customer go through the funnel, they identify if your hotel is the best one for them from the content that you provide. So you really need to consider why of your audience and know your customers on a personal level. So I
Mm-hmm.
would really highly recommend to take customer journey for yourself from the beginning till the end so you can map out all the customer journey and touch points that your customers needs to make. So in this way, you understand what your customers want, why they buy, or even why they don't buy. Otherwise, you have only a superficial understanding of your customers.
And just before we moving on to the next stage, I just want to highlight some content strategy here. Um, I think as business owners, hoteliers, and marketeers, we tend to explain who we are as a brand rather than why. For an example, most hoteliers would state that they have been established in 1995, been in the business for 20 years, and that's fantastic to know. But if you are a customer, imagine, you're going shopping in Arnott's. Do you really care that it has been there for 20 years? No. You want to know if there's a 50% off sales, if, the hotel has big 6-foot bed, air conditioned room, free breakfast, late checkout. You need to emphasize on your content why they need to stay in your hotel. If there's a park that they could walk around, if there's a free cancellation policy, instead of who you are, you need to emphasize on the why. And with that, we're going to move on to stage 3 of the funnel, which is the desire stage. It's to develop an emotional connection with your brand. I feel like it's a bit of speed dating. Sharka and I are talking about this when we're trying to explain the funnel. At this stage of the funnel, leads have been changed into marketing qualified leads, prospective customers. Send prospect more information about your product and offer through automated email campaigns while continuing to nurture them with targeted content or case studies. However, prospects must be demonstrated they are interested in buying a brand's product or services. So what is the customer mindset at this stage? So now I've decided I want to stay in X location at this time of the year. Which hotel is the right hotel for me? And now I'm going to decide it by brand. So decision to be made, which brand is suitable for me as a customer. Recommended campaign types for us would say Google, Facebook remarketing, which is Google and Facebook remarketing. Sorry, there's no platform with Google and Facebook, not yet. YouTube bumper ads, Google hotel ads, location search, category search, and brand search are new additional campaigns to support the stage of the funnel. So if your hotel have spa facilities, wedding facilities, so corporate facilities, we would recommend you to bid on a search term that would increase your chances of being more attractive and gain exposure on Google or Facebook. Key performance indicators would be video views, bookings, and website visits.
Yeah.
And Sharka, as per usual, she'll talk through some examples here as well.
Exactly. Thank you, Jade. Yes, as Jade mentioned, you need to create emotional connection between your hotel and your audience. So you need to let people know why they should care. Always remember that behind every action, there is an emotion that triggers decision-making process for everybody, for you, for your customers, for us as well. So you really need to understand what are emotions and motivators of your clients. And once you understand, then you need to show them that you are the best hotel. You are the one that can fulfill those needs. So for example, we are now in the pandemic. So people want to escape, but they also want to feel safe. So I just include 2 examples of our clients that they are successfully implementing those factors in their ad copy, and they successfully also connect with their audience. So we see that traffic is flowing and also revenue is also improved. And also I would like to talk about potential pain points on your website for customers at this stage. You also want to fix things that are not working, because you might see that, okay, website traffic increased, people are coming to your website, but maybe they are not booking and you really don't know why. So you can have your brainstorming session in your team and try to find out where is the problem. You can also brainstorm with us where might be potential pain points for your customers. But also there is a very helpful tool called website exit survey. So it's the poll which is shown when the user tries to leave the page or moves their mouse towards the browser window cross to close the window. And then the poll pop up and your website visitors might see question like, why you didn't make a booking today? Please tell us why. So this is very helpful tool, and you can find out why your website visitors are not making bookings on your website. And there are 2 types of website exit surveys. One is in a booking process. It helps you to find out why people are leaving a booking process. For example, you don't have a children rates loaded for your family rooms, so people might find it confusing and they would just left. On second type of exit survey is on your CMS, And this type of website exit survey can help you find gaps in your content that could prevent customers from completing their booking.
Exactly. And if you are a Net Affinity customer, we do have exit intent survey as a service on our marketplace. So if you have any questions, you can ask us at the end, and we do, you know, if you have the budget to invest and really understand and do your research on your audience, we would recommend you to install this onto your CMS, and it would be in place for 3 months. And obviously your account manager or DMS would help you to analyze the result together. So moving on to the last stage of the funnel, which is the action stage. Finally, you are here. Prospect has made the decision to buy and turns into a customer. This is where the sales take care of the purchase transaction. A positive experience on the part of the buyer can lead to referral, that view to the top of the marketing funnel, and the process begins again. So you would hope that they would have really good experience with you. They've stayed with you. You've now captured their attention and they've spent their time with you. You want them to come back. On top of that, you also want them to refer your business to someone else so you could get potential customer to stay in your hotel again. So what is the customer mindset at this stage? So I am Bob again. I found a hotel that I like. Now, where do I book? Decision to be made. Should they book directly with yourself on your official website, or should they book through the OTAs, booking.coms, or Trivago, Expedia, or should they ring you on offline channels? Recommended campaign types would be Google and Facebook remarketing, Google hotel ads, and brand search. So these would be continuing on from stage 3 of the funnel. Key performance indicators, you would hope that you get bookings from your customers and costs per inquisitions. So these are the 2 screenshots that we have here. On the left hand side is hotel ads. So again, going back to my point, if you haven't have hotel ads campaigns installed on your end, you need to invest on that because it will encourage people to book through hotel ads or book directly through your website. At the end of the day, you do want people to book directly through your website. That's always been the aim here at Net Affinity and with hoteliers. We work closely together to get that. 2020 has been an awful year for majority of us, but however, I think the OTAs have kind of backed down a bit, and you know, people are noticing that they should book directly to the hotel website because they feel more secured and assured, you know. And then on the right hand side is a screenshot of our booking engine when they can just type in the search date. I just want to highlight, I'm not sure if you could see have a promo code. This would be a perfect opportunity for you to put in a code and to, you know, say that they could get 15% off if they book directly with you. And also you can state the reason why that they need to stay in your hotel. I don't really like recommending this because free Wi-Fi is expected. That's right, Shark. Everybody wants free Wi-Fi in different hotels. It's not one of the amenities anymore. If you have free parking, late arrivals, early check-ins, I would state that in why book with us reason. And I just want to conclude on our funnel. The conclusions of our masterclass today. Buyers are making a final decision about whether or not to buy a brand's product and services. Typically, marketing and sales work together closely to nurture the decision-making process and convince the customer that their hotel is the best choice to stay in. Action stage is the last stage of the marketing funnel. I've said this before, where prospect has made the decision to buy and turns into a customer, where the sales take care of itself and a positive experience will bring them back and then they can refer your business to someone else. Here are some recommendations on how to keep them coming back. So while business often direct their attention on attracting new clients, strengthening their connection with existing customers is equally as important. But I believe in my case, I think it's more important to keep people who have stayed in your hotel already because they've invested their time and money in your property. And thank you to social media. We have a free online ambassador now to your hotel, for your hotel, and taking repeat business for granted is a mistake. I also just want to emphasize social media is fantastic. It keeps people connected. However, it is a double-edged sword. So you need to be mindful that you are going to get negative reviews. You can't please everybody, but however, it is important to show the potential customer and existing customer that with every reviews you get, either whether it's from Google My Business profile, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or even on your website, that you are dealing with the reviews, with being genuine, being honest with it, that you are trying to do your best to improve their experience if they do return back to your hotel, or try to investigate the issues that they have. Because I think people are afraid to deal with negative reviews and just forget about them and leave them, and hopefully the positive reviews will top up. I think this is the key moment where you could really shine and say, okay, I'm sorry you have a terrible experience, but we will try to improve this. Come back and stay with us. We will upgrade you for this. Or I'm sorry you've had a terrible experience. We've done an investigation. This is not the issue, blah, blah, blah. But it has to be seen that you are retaining the relationship with the customers online and offline. And again, Shark, I have some lovely example here.
Yes, a very lovely example. It's my it's my
It's our favorite example so far from
exactly.
this masterclass.
Yes, because it really made me happy myself. So I know why it's a lovely example to highlight. So yeah, at your checkout, when you're checking out at Inchidoni, you would get a homemade jam. And this lady that you can see on the picture, she also wrote a review about it on a TripAdvisor. So again, Inchidoni has a brand ambassador. She wrote an amazing review about the hotel stay, and also she mentioned this lovely gift that she got. What was the homemade jam? So it was very lovely surprise, and I know it made me happy as well. So
And
yeah,
I
just
know
be
not
creative.
just be creative, exactly. I know not all hotels and brand would give jams away at checkout. This is not something that we would recommend you to do, as much as I love jam myself, but I would prefer Nutella. But clearly this lady has taken the time to get someone else to take a picture of her. She then posted up, she then took her time to write a review. You could see that she was passionate with her stay, that she has invested her time in, and she was delighted to get her pot jam home. So for us, I would recommend, do what you can do. Automated post-day email is very easy to set up. Set up saying, come back with us, stay with us again and get 15% off. Or stay with us again and you get a complimentary breakfast. You are in a position now, especially in 2020, where you can be flexible with your services and your time and your room occupancy. So use this time to really grab people's attention, to show them that you are trying to keep them coming back.
Exactly. So our final recommendations for you today: take the customer journey yourself. Make sure that you would really put yourself into customers' shoes, and you would map out customer journey for your hotel, and you would map out all touch points that your customers needs to go through. Keep the experience fresh and relevant. Surprise them with gem or with another surprises. We all love it. We all love surprises. Then collaborate. Have the right people on the front line. Make it easy for customers to reach you. Make sure that you would listen and show appreciation.
Exactly. And here are the key takeaways from the masterclass today. So your customer are not all at the same stage in the buying process. It is crucial to recognize at which stage of your customer are at, and create tailored marketing strategy and content for different touch points. Do not send a hard sales message at action stage to the people in awareness stage, and nurture your already existing customers. So it's plain simple English, different stages have different requirements, different questions. So you need to be able to have most up-to-date relevant information on your website and be ready to answer any questions and be proactive with different stages of the funnel. And then last but not least, I do want to mention that we have a LinkedIn page. It's Net Affinity. I'm sure some of you have followed us already, but if you haven't, I do encourage you to encourage your team members in the hotel to follow us, because we do post really useful blogs and e-zines out to yourselves. And we do have a private LinkedIn group called Net Affinity Client Hub. If you are a Net Affinity customer, you can join this hub where we share our tips and insights, but we also encourage people to, other hoteliers to share the tips and insights with each other as well. So it's a community that we're hoping to develop further about it. And that's it for today, masterclass. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to give you guys some time to think about the questions, but if you don't have any questions right now, you can always email clientsuccess@netaffinity.com and we'll get back to you as well. I'll just give you guys some time, see if anyone has questions.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. We don't have jam for you today, but we might.
Or Nutella. Maybe I might find some Nutella.
um, Sorry, just before we go as well, I do want to mention a few things because I know that you might have be familiar with our e-commerce team and our account managers. However, with marketing, we have our weekly tips that we send out every week. If you are Net Affinity clients, you would get that from us. Also, if you're not a Net Affinity client and you would like to listen to our marketing tips, we have a weekly podcast called Marketing in the Morning. It's a really fun project for the team. Each team member get their chances to come in and share their best tips and insights. So you can listen to that through Net Affinity LinkedIn page, SoundCloud, and Spotify as well. And we also have a partner series composed by Niall. Niall is in the sales team here in Net Affinity. So there's lots of information that you could find on our website and on our LinkedIn page as well.
And if you want to ask any questions now, you can use the chat box if you don't know. So there is a chat box on your Zoom webinar that you can use, and you can just write your questions there.
Okay, so we do have a question coming in saying, how do you set up the website exit survey? So we have that model on Marketplace here at Net Affinity. So if you want to send an email to clientsuccess@netaffinity.com or contact your account contact, we'll be able to reach out to you and send you the link to our Marketplace where it gives you full information how to set it up. And I'm sure that, you know, once that is set up, as mentioned during the masterclass, a DMS or account manager will work together with you to look at the result and analyze them together. I do think it's a great tool to have in place, especially now, because when Christmas comes, you'll be too busy to look at the results. But if you have it set in place now, September, October, November, it gives you time to really do the research with your audience. That's just one question.
Exactly.
Any more questions, guys? Please don't be shy. We have a few questions. Okay, so from Colin, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying our masterclass so far. The custom intent audience, is that on Google search only?
Custom intent audience, yes, that's that's used for Google display campaigns actually. So, Colin, do you have any further question on how you want to use custom intent audience?
Maybe give.
Yeah. But yeah, we are using custom intent audience for displayed campaigns. So that's a YouTube prospecting campaigns, display prospecting campaigns, but not the search campaigns.
Perfect. Any more questions, guys? You're good. I'm sure if, like myself, thank you, Colin.
If you have any more questions, we can discuss custom intent audience in more details.
I'm sure if you can think of a question, you know, don't be afraid to email us, whether you're a Net Affinity customer or not, because I know this masterclass is for the public. Thank you so much for attending the masterclass. And of course, you're here, so you'll get certification. We'll follow up with that as well. And if you have any feedback, please don't be shy. Let us know, because we always have room to improve as well. But yes, thank you so much for your time. And I hope everyone's having a lovely day.
Thank you very much. See you soon.